Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am here, Gello's Job Swap, brought to you by RSI. Today, we're at RSI learning how to fix an air conditioning unit. I know nothing about it. I am not a handyman, but my boy Chris is going to show me how to do it. And when he's done, he's got to come and do my job. Okay? To the world.
Did you tell me you said I had a face for radio? Was that you that told me that?
Man, face, voice, and the whole nine, man.
20 minutes, dude, I can run you through the whole thing and teach you how to fix an air conditioner.
I love that. And then on Friday, you're going to come and do my job, but you have to give me a grade at the end of this, though, okay? Cool with that?
I got you.
Let's get to work, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I feel it. I feel like I could make it here. I feel like
This is phase 7, so when they get to me, I try to round out what they learned in the other classes.
Okay.
I call it sock puppet stupid.
Sock puppet stupid?
Yes.
Okay, explain that to me real quick. What's sock puppet stupid?
I take all the technical mumbo jumbo that they teach these guys, and I break it down into Sesame Street level stuff because it's literally A to B if you understand what's going on.
I love it.
There's not much to it. So, part of their job is the electrical stuff, but that's going to take a while to explain. So, another part of their job is doing temperatures and pressures of the unit to find out what's going on inside that thing.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to show you how to do so you can get that done.
Nice.
Okay? So we're going to go outside and I'm going to show you which one we're going to do. And then I'll show you how to use this crazy thing.
My Ace air conditioning went out.
Okay.
And so I had to call a guy to come out and fix it.
Yeah.
Man, he was like, it's gonna cost you 15 grand for a whole new unit.
Yeah.
So I was literally about to sign my life away because I'm not gonna live in Arizona without no air conditioning, right?
No.
I called my father-in-law, who's like a man, grease monkey. He works on anything. He bought a brand new compressor for like $400 and fixed the air conditioning.
There you go.
So I almost lost 15 grand. Had I known about an air conditioning unit, I would have known how to fix it.
Okay, so I call those guys the hacks because they don't really know how to fix the stuff. So instead of getting in there and trying to
They
fix
just
it,
put a new one in there.
bingo.
Yep,
Because
exactly.
they don't know how to do it. All right,
Exactly.
this compressor that you said your dad-in-law changed out, that's this thing.
Yes.
Okay, so while this thing is running, you're gonna hook up gauges, and these are my pressure gauges. These will change when it's running.
Okay.
Okay, and what they do is they'll take those pressures, and I'll grab you a PT chart so you can figure out the math. But all they're doing is taking these numbers, and then they're gonna take this thing, and they're gonna get temperatures of these refrigerant lines. Because depending on what's going on inside of there, can tell you what's going on inside of here. One's always should be hot, one's always gonna be cold.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the cold one will be sending the cold air in the house. The hot one is sending the heat outside, because what an air conditioner does is takes the heat you don't want in your house, sends it outside.
Okay.
Somewhere it isn't wanted.
Okay.
Okay? So, top one right here coming off this thing. This will always be the hot one.
So this one is cold?
Yep.
That one's hot.
That's always the big one will be cold, little one should be hot.
Okay.
All right? So, 2 spots you're gonna get a temp. One's right here. So all you're gonna do, I'll turn this thing on like that. Get it to my temperatures.
Hey man, I don't like messing around with electricity. I'm a little nervous.
There's no electricity there.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's all up here. I'm not even gonna mess with that. Okay, so what you're gonna do the first one is you're gonna put it on here and we'll turn it on when we're doing this. And we get a temperature of that line.
Okay.
Okay, and we'd write that down. I'll get you a piece of paper you can write that down on. Then what we would do is the same thing. We're gonna take this off of the little one and you're gonna put it on the big one.
Okay.
And we're the same thing, we're gonna write that down.
Okay.
Then there's 4 math problems, man. And everybody freaks out. It's 4 subtraction problems. That's
Okay.
it.
I suck at math, by the way.
Can you take stuff from another one?
Yes.
Then you've got
I-
no multiplication, no geometry, none of that stuff.
Okay.
It's
I was
literally-
a C student in math.
Okay, you
Great grades and everything else, but C in math for sure.
This will be a cakewalk. It's literally subtraction, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the pressures we get from here, make them into a temperature, and then taking these from that, and that tells you where your refrigerant is in this unit.
Okay.
And what's it doing. So
Okay.
let me get you a couple pieces of paper and something to write those down, and then we'll kick this thing on.
All right, cool. I just literally learned in 30 seconds how to fix an air conditioning unit that fast. And this guy was trying to charge me 15 grand. $15,000, okay? A $400 job he was trying to charge me 15 grand for. Had I known this. So, if anything, come to RSI to just learn how to fix your own air conditioning unit. Especially if you live in Arizona, it's gonna go out. Eventually it's gonna get old, so fix it. Learn how to fix it so you don't have to pay anybody to fix it for you. And then you can even have a side business. You can either work for someone or you can work for yourself fixing somebody else's air conditioning unit. Thank me later.
And let it run for a couple of seconds. This needle will go up a little bit. This one's gonna drop. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna write down whatever pressures it is on both sides. So the red one is the high one.
Okay.
Blue one is the low one.
Okay.
So when we start running, so right now they're both equal. So that's what you want to see when the unit's off. Both of these should be pointing at the same number. That means there's nothing wrong with the refrigerant.
Okay.
Because if they get air in there, or maybe they forgot to let out the refrigerant from another unit and they put it in here, it'll mix it and throw it all off.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Then these two guys, so these will be the pressures off of here. Then these two guys are my line temps. So the cold one is the suction line, this guy.
Okay.
And then the liquid line is the hot one, which will be that guy right back there.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, and then once we get that, you're gonna take those two pressures, and I already marked which one it is. You're gonna find the pressures that we're working with over here, and we're gonna turn them into a temperature.
Gotcha.
And then that's
and
where we're gonna
whichever's
do our math.
closest is the temperature is going to be, right?
Yep. So let's say we're running it, and it's like, let's say it's at 350, which is in between both of these. I'm gonna come over here and go, okay, so let's say 107, because 107 is in between both of them.
Gotcha.
So we're kind of guesstimating on those.
Okay,
Does
makes
that make sense?
Yes.
All right, so here, I'll give you this
All right,
and this. I'm gonna turn the unit on so that way it runs for a couple seconds.
Okay.
And if you get lost,
Let's get these temperatures, shall we? Let's get these temperatures, shall we? All right, so it looks like we are at, we give it some time, Looks like it's dropping, it's steady dropping. 100, 140, 50, 140, 130, 120.
it'll be your suction line temp.
Alright, let's see what this temperature's saying here. It's going up, 68, 69, 70, 70. Now Chris, you want to wait until this stops completely before you get that temperature, right?
Yeah, it's gonna climb just a little bit more, but once it kind of slows down, so I'd put 72, because it'll hit 72. There it is right there. All right, so then once we're done with those, now what we're gonna do is you're gonna look at this column right here and find something close to 250.
Okay.
Which is this guy right here.
Yep.
So we're gonna go across, so we're at like 82 degrees. So right down, well actually you can put the 82 right up there.
82.
And then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So 120 over here, and then go to the left and find a temperature.
I'm gonna say 43,
Yeah, there you go.
42, 43.
Yeah, so 43 you're right there. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy from this one, which that gives us 10.
Yep.
And you're gonna take this guy from this guy, which is 12, right? Yeah, 12. All right, so what you do with those numbers, then what you would do is on a panel.
But it's electrical, so it is kind of, it's worse actually.
Okay, so normally on here, this is my electrical diagram.
Okay.
All right, tells you what everything is and everything. And then they'll have on another panel, which this one's missing the panel up here, there's what they call a charging chart. And based on the temperature outside, and then what we have going on inside, which would be outside today, they're gonna tell you, hey, based on today's temp here and here, this is where my liquids are.
Okay.
So then I would take those numbers we got and look at my charging chart and say, where am I? Am I where I need to be?
Okay.
Or is it low? Do I need to put more refrigerant in there? Stuff like that.
So you're gonna combine these two, right? These two numbers?
Nope, this would be, so there's two numbers you get. One is called a superheat.
Okay.
One is called a subcoolant. That'd be my superheat.
Superheat.
That's your subcoolant.
Subcoolant.
All right, and what that does is that's where your liquid is kind of where it is in the unit.
Okay.
Okay, because every day it changes depending on how hot it is outside.
Okay.
All right, so then I would look at my charging chart and I would ask, okay, am I good here? Which on a TXV, which this guy has, it's a metering device, it's up in the top. It's usually 8 to 15, so that's good.
Okay.
This is okay here. This would be the number I'd look at my charging chart, which that's about normal for today.
So, okay, perfect.
So this unit would be okay. The last thing we would do is I would check air temperatures going into my coil. So over on this side here, that little temperature clamp you had, you could kind of hold it here, get the temp that's going in here, and what's coming out up here.
Okay.
And then the same thing on what would be going indoors. This would be what's getting sucked into your filter in the house.
Yeah.
This is what's coming out the vents. And you would write those two temperatures down and get the difference to make sure they're within their range.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
To service an entire unit, that's it?
That's it. You might have to clean the coil. So like if
Are you telling me I could do that myself?
you could clean your coils already on your house.
That's insane.
Because all you would do for like this would be up on your roof, okay? So if I wanted to clean this coil, I would kill the power, take the bolts out of this fan, flip it up, and get a garden hose and rinse it out all the way and clean all those coils.
With just water?
Just water.
Oh, okay.
You could use, they make chemicals for them, but honestly, the outdoor one, just water. Because what happens is, and you can kind of see it here, this dust and dirt stuff, it gets in between these little fins in there and it will clog the airflow, so it can't do what it's supposed to do if it can't get the air through it.
So what about your electrical?
Keep it clean.
It's all
kill this before you clean anything. Really, the electrical, all I'm worried about is the power coming into the unit.
Because that's all that really matters.
And is the thermostat sending the signal to turn the unit on.
Got you.
That's all I care about.
Okay.
And then the indoor coil, you can clean that one, but that one takes a little bit more work because you gotta, if this is on my roof, I got a big metal elbow that's connected here. You gotta pull that elbow back to be able to get to the coil.
Oh, okay.
So that one takes a little more effort for somebody to do, but you as a homeowner, you could clean your outdoor coil anytime you want, just kill the power to the unit before you do it.
And this is usually, that elbow is usually covering. Okay, got you. Good. Okay.
Yep, and that's what this
I'm just visualizing. I'm like, wait,
that's
I've
what
seen
this
this before.
That's what this stuff is for here.
Okay.
And in a lot of your new homes, you're gonna have a unit like this guy, or what they call a split unit. Okay, so that's everything all in one. This one this would be up in your attic. This would be outside. Okay. So this is where we're getting rid of the heat that we're getting from the indoors.
Yeah,
and this is what's sucking it in.
This is exactly what we had in the house.
Okay, so if you could even clean this one. Just again, kill the power. Okay, there's a disconnect box, like this little fuse box here somewhere next to it.
Which is usually outside of the house or usually up in the attic,
Nope,
right?
this will be outside the house and this should be right next to it.
Gotcha.
Kill it. Same thing, pull the bolts, lift the fan up, garden hose from inside to outside.
Okay, perfect.
And then change your filter every 30-35 days and this thing will stay clean pretty well too.
Man, Chris, you just like changed the game for me, man.
Like I said, you give me about, honestly, if you were here for an hour, I could teach you this and the electrical stuff easy.
All right, guys, Gello's Job Swap is brought to you by our friends at RSI. Today, I'm actually at RSI with my guy, Chris. He basically showed me how to pretty much fix an air conditioning unit in like 15 minutes. But based off of what you showed me today, Chris, and how well I actually picked up on it, be honest, give me a grade. It's an A, B, C, D, E. What are we going with?
I'll give you a high B, man. You did good. You took my directions right. You got the numbers like you should, and you did the math just like we would every day.
I'll take a high B.
Heck yeah.
I'll take a high B.
There you go.
Now you got to come and do my show.
I'm ready.
I don't know if you're gonna get a B though. That's the thing.
That's all right. I'll probably get an A.
Talking greasy. Well, we shall see. Game on. All right, y'all. Job swap is officially done. Big ups to my guy Chris, who is a hell of an instructor, who taught me how to basically fix an air conditioning unit. Although he gave me a high B, I feel like I should have got an A, but that's okay. Can he do my job? That's the question. We shall see. Will he get a high B? That rhymed. We'll see y'all Friday. Love you.